So with me, sitting on my right, is Esperanza Aguirre. It's a pleasure to have you here, Esperanza.
Thank you very much.
But people have told me that you speak English. Is it true?
I do speak English, but I don't practice, so maybe I don't speak it very fluently.
But how old were you when you started to speak English? Or started to learn
I
English?
went to a British school here in Madrid and started when I was 6.
All right.
And I stayed there only until 11.
Well, but from 6 to 11?
Those years were very, very important for me.
Okay. For the language and for the education?
Yeah. For both things, because I only got the language or the grammar without having noticed that I was at that moment learning grammar. I was learning a language as all the kids in my classroom. But also the values there were important.
Has English been a useful tool for you?
Yes, it has been very, very useful. That's why I think it is my duty as the president of the Madrileños. I am the responsible of the education of the Madrileños to promote the bilingual teaching here in Madrid. Not only in the private schools for the parents that can pay for it, but also, or especially, in the what we call public schools, which is the contrary of what the Brits call a public school. I want them also to be bilingual, so people with families that have no money to pay for a private school can learn English and can be taught in English.
That's a very
which
ambitious.
is the difference. Except for Spanish and maths, the rest of the subjects are taught in English.
So history or science subjects, biology?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them. And that means a very important commitment of the parents, of course, but also of the teachers.
Ask Esperanza if she studied law.
If she studied
law. Derecho.
Okay. Did you study law?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is one of the matters in which English is not so useful, because it is different law in the United States, in Britain, or in Spain.
Ask her if she studied English during her law degree.
Did you study English?
Study
English
during
degree?
The degree?
The degree.
Yes, I studied during the summers. One of the summers I went to Cambridge, and another summer I went to the United States. I lived in a family there.
Where in the States did you go?
I went to Harrisburg in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
There I lived in the house of a member of the post office, a postman, I must say.
A postal service, yeah.
Yeah, and with 2 children there.
How old were you when you were there?
I was older than the children. I was 19 or 20, maybe.
And so your presence here with us is very important.
Well, thank you.
And it's,
I would be here every time you call me.
Okay, and because we are trying to take English into the living room of every home, and active verbal English. And I want to thank you very much for coming.
I used to what he says.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.